Simplicity is the pathway to happiness. Hey guys, it's John out here on the back deck enjoying my lovely mug of coffee. I hope that you are having a great day wherever you are. It is slightly overcast here and 66 degrees and just lovely out here on the deck. I wanted to talk about another Yogananda quote. Um, and I want to talk about the simplicity of this because, in my first regression, I said it's so simple we have a hard time comprehending it. And when you look at it from the perspective of the simplicity of spirituality, and I've done several videos on this, I've talked about simple spirituality over and over again. Let me read this quote for you. Be as simple as you can be. You will be astonished to see how uncomplicated and happy your life can become. Be as simple as you can be. The more you focus on the simplicity of life, the more you focus on just simply being loving, the more you focus on measuring the world through this idea of are they fearful or are they loving? And then you choose to put yourself on the loving side. And when you see someone who's not on the loving side, giving them a smile, giving them a gesture of kindness or love, and watching them change into the loving state, it doesn't get more simple than that. Whatsoever you do to the least of my brothers, that you do unto me. When you are living your world from the simplicity of just being loving, what happens is the world around you becomes loving. It becomes beautiful. It becomes this expression of joy that is your own creation that surrounds you. When you look at this quote again, be as simple as you can be, you'll be astonished to see how uncomplicated and happy your life can become. Uncomplicated. All of our struggles in life come with complications. We look at the complications of things. And the more simply you live, the less complicated your life is. I find it interesting as people tend to retire, they tend to downsize. They move to smaller homes, they get less stuff, they pare things away. As they get closer and closer to the time of crossing over to the other side, they start stripping things down further, and they start handing things off to relatives, and they start paring their life away back to the simplicity so that they can leave simply and easily. When you look at the world from the perspective of simplicity, you come to this new understanding that the simplicity of life is a choice, and it's the complexities that make our brow furrow. It's the complexities that make us feel as if we're struggling in life, and in reality, we are living a life of choice, of belief, and if we choose to simplify and choose to simply be loving and choose to come back to that space, the life becomes much easier because it's not a big convoluted choice anymore. It's just, am I loving or am I fearful? And you come back to that simple space of being loving and you start showing that love to others. I can tell you, your world changes for the better. And I know this because it's how I live. It's exactly how I live. I measure everything against love and fear. Now, people will try to delineate or make things more complicated. I had one person the other day said, I'm not fearful, I'm sad. Well, sad is a product of fear. But that argument could not have breached her mind because she had chosen that anybody who said anything opposite of what she said was wrong, period. And so when you look at it from that perspective, the idea is that the world is far more simple. Is the person in front of you being loving? And are you being loving in return? Are you being locked behind your walls of safety, or are you opening your heart to people and letting them in? Oftentimes people will come to my private sessions and they'll think they know everything. They think they have everything already figured out. And I'll start to say something and they'll try to shut me down. This doesn't work for me. Well, that's not because of me. That's because they're shut down. They're locked in inside of their fears and their anxieties, and they're not allowing anybody to be wrong. And 9 times out of 10 in those situations, The person has some sort of arrested development. They've had trauma in their childhood, and they're just being that child who doesn't want to hear anything, blah 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 blah. Right? They're just being that person. Now, as a loving person, I have to meet them where they are. I have to come to where they are in understanding, and bring them to simply loving. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the people are so lost in their fears and anxieties and their need to be right that they won't listen to anybody else. Sometimes you can make a breakthrough, and that breakthrough helps people step into a whole new lifestyle, a whole new, easy, simple lifestyle that has no fear, has no anxiety, has no sadness. Sadness is just the fear of not being loved in some form. And a lot of times it's I fear for the world not being loving, so I'm sad about the state of the world. It's the fear for the world not being loving. That's all it is. You know, we get sad when we lose someone we love because we no longer have their love being expressed to us here in the physical world. And it's that sadness that we're going to miss them, that we're going to miss their love, we're going to miss that expression. But when you simplify and you realize that it's you're just love and they're just love, and the world is a dance between love and fear, and you come back to this space of realizing that you can create a joyful, loving world simply by choice, and yes, simply by exhaling, because the primal fear response is holding air in the lungs. Exhale, and you shut off the fear response. You shut off the sadness response. You shut off the expression that's keeping you feeling separate. The simplicity. When you come back to the simplicity of just loving, your world becomes uncomplicated and your life becomes happy. But it's up to you. No one can do it for you. You're the only one who can choose to make your life a happy life. You're the only one who can choose to live into a life that is joyful and an expression of joy. You're the only one. So what are you doing? Are you doing it? Are you creating that life in your world? Are you simplifying down to the point of, I am just being loving, period? When you do that, your life will become completely uncomplicated, completely simple, and completely happy. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.